living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hello, everyone! I'm Jackson the Space Dog from the YouTube channel Jackson Animation.
Nice plug, Captain.
Shut up! People often ask me, how do I know that the Earth is round? Well, I live in space, so there's that. And I watch Fight the Flat Earth every single day. It's one of my favorite YouTube channels.
Hey, hey! Hey, hey! Hey, hey! Hey!
That's right, Kevin! I'm also not completely oblivious. Ha 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 ha!
Hello, welcome back to the channel that does to stupidity what I seem to be doing to all Flerfs because they're all fucking terrified to debate me. Massive shout out to Jackson Animation for that lovely little intro there. It's going to be going in one of my videos as well because it's pretty awesome. Check out the channel Jackson Animation. He is in the chat, so actually if I mod him he can post a link to his channel and you guys can have a look at the stuff he does in there because it's hilarious. So yeah, there was going to be a Flerf tonight, a guy called Don from Facebook, but he only has an Apple phone that is apparently useless, can't connect to vMix, couldn't connect to Hangouts, so we're going to do a live debunk instead. So I want to say thank you to everybody for being here. My partner in crime, Team Skeptic, will be here soon. He had to nip out to the shop, I don't know, for some tampons or something. There's Jackson Animation. Right, so I'm going to mod Jackson Animation so he can chuck a link to his channel in there and you guys can go and give him a sub because he is pretty awesome. Yeah, so I've been trolling Facebook lately every day to try and get people to come on, and there are so many of them like, I'll debate you, but when it comes down to it, either they don't show up, all of a sudden decide that they don't want to debate me because I'm a shill, or they can't technology. It's getting harder and harder and harder to find new flat earthers to parade for you guys. Team Skeptic has just set up a Reddit and stuff, so I'm going to start looking over there for some more debate partners. I guess I just have to search harder on the Facebook groups because there's so many idiots on there. I should do. Me and Team were actually talking about doing a stream that is just me and him going on Facebook, and you watch us live going through the stupidity that is on Facebook. Scotty McDougall has upgraded his membership to Destroyer, so thank you very much for that. New emojis coming at the beginning of the week, beginning of next week. MC Toon, how you doing, buddy? Thank you again for the other day. Rider of Dinosaurs is also in the chat. Hey team, how you doing? Yeah, no Flerf turned up, so we're going to do a live debunk of Mitchell from Australia because he's been putting out a bunch of stupid lately.
Alright, well let me get my Google fingers ready.
You didn't see it at the beginning, so there's a channel called Jackson Animation, and they made a little thing for me. I'm going to play it for you. You ready?
Alright. Yeah.
Hello, everyone! I'm Jackson the Space Dog from the YouTube channel Jackson Animation.
Nice plug, Captain.
Shut up! People often ask me, how do I know that the Earth is round? Well, I live in space, so there's that. And I watch Fight the Flat Earth every single day. It's one of my favorite YouTube channels.
Hey, hey! Hey, hey! Hey, hey! Hey!
That's right, Kevin! I'm also not completely oblivious. Ha 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 ha!
Don't you just love it?
Yeah, it's CGI though.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, there's no dogs in space, team.
Right. What?
I
know.
What's going on? How you doing, buddy?
I'm here. Just stopped by Mr. Sensible's 5,000 subscriber celebration for a bit and Had a good time with those guys. Fucking weirdos, but love them.
Mr. Sensible is awesome. LozV for $2 says FTFE versus Wotan 2, the rematch. Yeah, I do want to do that, but the only problem is Wotan will only debate on modern day debates, and I'm reevaluating how much time I should spend over there. So, well, I will try. I know
Really, anywhere else.
Yeah. You guys come to see me, so you might as well come to my channel to see me. Hey. But yeah, team, we're going to do a live debunk of Mitchell from Australia. Have you seen much of Mitchell?
No. I'm oblivious to who you're talking about, to be honest with you, man. I don't follow flat earth dipshits.
Me and Professor Stick did a debunk of him in our collaboration. He's one of the worst.
Now, I remember that debunk, but
Yeah.
I didn't know that was him.
Yeah, he's a flat earther from Australia, which always blows my mind. I mean, being a flat earther is stupid, but being a flat earther from Australia is next level fucking stupid, right?
Yeah, next level.
I mean,
you can walk outside and measure 100 kilometers in either direction from where you're at, except north to south, but you can go east to west in any direction, and your numbers will not match up with what the flat earth says.
Yeah.
The flat earth will tell you that you've only traveled, at that point, probably 60% of what you'll come to the conclusion that you've traveled 60% of what you should have traveled.
Nice. Yeah, to be a flat earther in Australia is so stupid. I mean, just go and try and find Polaris in the sky for me, please. That'd be fun. People in the chat saying I should be debating Witsit Gets It. Yeah, that actually might be this weekend on Modern Day Debates against Witsit Gets It, and then MC Toon is debating Witsit Gets It and Nathan Thompson on Tuesday. Like, MC Toon, I should send you all my memes, because there's a way to deal with Nate. All you got to do is play memes, and then he won't say anything. It's brilliant.
Toon's too nice to play those memes. For Toon's, we would solely Toon's image.
Yeah. Gargantuan Leviathan says, debate Leaky Warrior. I already did, and absolutely ruined him about a year ago, and he will no longer speak to me. So there is that.
Yeah, he won't debate us.
Yeah.
I've even offered to debate him in a comment. I was like, hey, why don't you come on and talk to me? I will not talk to you and that fight the flat earth guy. You know who the fuck he is, dude.
Yeah. Of course, all the fucking flat earthers know who we are. But, yeah, so Mitchell from Australia, he's really, really dumb, and he's been putting out quite a lot of stupid lately. What the hell is that?
It's my super secret private call to action for my Team America.
America!
They have to run here in a minute.
Fuck
yeah!
I mean, the most recent video on his channel is Star Rotation and Sunsets Debunk the Globe. Yeah, because you can have a sunset on a flat Earth, you fucking moron. We might take a look at that one after this one. Let's just pick on Mitchell from Australia. He's also got a video on there called You Can't Fight the Flat Earth, using my old logo, saying that Nathan Thompson won his debate against me. Yeah, he's really fucking stupid.
Well, I mean, if it was a race to Q&A, then yeah, maybe Nathan did win, but
yeah,
I mean, that wasn't what the whole fucking purpose of the debate was. It wasn't to see how fast we could get to Q&A.
Anthony Purcell for $5 Australian says, we can't breed them dumb in this part of the world. We can breed them dumb in this part of the world. It's all the blood running to our heads. Yeah, I'm literally having an argument on. I'm having an argument with a flat earther from Australia on Facebook at the moment, whose argument is, why don't I fall off?
Okay.
He said if gravity's real, then we should all fall off. No! Just fucking no! Oh my god!
No.
That's not how it works.
Yeah. We have some weirdos in our world right now. A lot of them, guys.
Oh my god.
A lot.
My my collaboration with Rider of Dinosaurs is pretty much done. I'm just waiting for you and Negative Exponents now to do a little thing for me. It shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Once I get
I'm just waiting for NASA. Send me my money.
They spent all it on my implant.
Them
You know
until
that.
Yeah, I know. I'm jealous. I need a penis reduction implant. So when they're ready to give me one, I'm ready to take it.
I just want to say, guys, thank you very much for the super chats. And at the moment, the super chats are going towards something specific because we all know I've had issues with my computer. So I am possibly going to be replacing my computer or upgrading this. I don't know, but it's going to be quite expensive. So any super chats that you do give will be going to help make the stream stop crashing and stuff. So thank you very much for the super chats. I've got another one from Blunt Man for $5. Says, usually stoned as fuck watching the stream, and the evidence for a globe is so easily understandable, and the Flerfs bullshit never makes sense. No, I'm usually stoned while doing these streams, so don't worry.
Yeah, that's it. That's the unfortunate level of idiocy of intelligence we're working with, right? Like, we could be fucking stoned out of our minds, and it still wouldn't make a difference. You couldn't convince me that the Earth was flat. That's how fucking much of fucking Santa Claus fairy tale it is.
Shout out to Astronomy Live in the chat who says, I can't wait for my new 4K camera to arrive tomorrow. There will be wailing and gnashing of teeth from the Flat Earth community. Yeah, you guys don't know Astronomy Live that well, but he actually lives purely on the tears of Flat Earthers. He's become allergic to all other kind of substance. That's all he can survive on. So he has to keep doing these, otherwise he actually dies. It's unfortunate, but when you have so much of the Flerf tears, your body gets used to it. And he's created a lot of Flerf tears. Right,
Is there not a flat earther in the chat that we can shit on?
There was Q Tuttle in there, but he refuses to come and speak to me. Apparently his wife said no. I've sent an email to Mark Sargent to see what happens. But
I'd love to see that styrofoam speak.
Yeah. Oh, did you see Tauset Alpha's newest one?
Yeah, with Jose.
Yeah. He's got Mark Sargent in it as well.
Are you talking?
Tauset Alpha's newest full retard mode.
Huh? Oh yeah, I was talking about his newest one, the after.
No.
Hold on, let me read off exactly what it was called. The extra scenes to the bonus scenes. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, I saw the Flat Earth full retard mode episode 37. If you haven't watched it, you should go watch it right after this fucking live stream.
Yeah, I loved it.
It was pretty goddamn funny.
All right. Well, why don't we just get into this? Why don't we just debunk this fucking idiot? This is Mitchell from Australia, guys. Let me make sure that he's actually on the screen. Please prepare facepalm protection. FTFE Entertainment Incorporated accepts no liability for facepalm injuries received whilst watching Flat Earth content. Would you like to add anything to that, team?
No, that you pretty much covered it. There you may experience random convulsions of stupidity. So make sure your face is far enough away from your monitor that you don't actually smash that on accident.
Yeah.
Because you will probably convulse at some point tonight.
Yeah, as well as not accepting any liability for injuries, we will also not be paying for new monitors /TVs /mobile phones you may be watching this on.
Can I address something in the chat, please?
Please do.
Andrew Baker, when I see you guys, to me and you, when I see you guys are going live, I get happier than Nathan Thompson at an elementary school.
That's happy. That's
fucking
really
impossible.
Happy. I mean,
that's impossible. Nathan Thompson is, that when they have happy in the fucking dictionary, it shows a picture of him at an elementary school handing flyers to kids because there is no happier than that. Yeah. Life goals achieved. Bucket list checked off. I talk to kids about the flat earth, guys.
Oh, man. I love it when Nathan Thompson pops into the chat as well. Anyway, this is Mitchell from Australia with a video called The Earth Does Not Spin. Oh, I hope I actually press the play button.
How do we know Earth spins? Firstly, the Foucault pendulum. As the pendulum moves backwards and forwards, it's asserted Earth rotates underneath. So in 24 hours, the Earth must rotate 360 degrees, which is 15 degrees per hour. Which is what we observe in gyroscopes, right? Both mechanical and fibre optic. As the gyroscope appears to stay rigid in its reference frame, the Earth rotates underneath at a rate of 15 degrees per hour. But the
No, it fucking doesn't, you absolute moron. They do not know how to separate the difference of a gyroscope and a pendulum, do they?
They don't know how to, no.
Like he's saying that
Yes,
because
they don't
no.
understand the difference between
No.
a gyroscope and a pendulum.
No,
Yeah,
no. Listen to what he said. Listen to what he said about that. It's fucking ridiculous.
360 degrees rotates underneath. Pendulum moves backwards and forwards, it's asserted Earth rotates underneath. So in 24 hours, the Earth must rotate 360 degrees, which is 15 degrees per hour.
No, because a pendulum won't always drift 15 degrees to start with, right? It depends on the latitude of the person using the pendulum as to how much it's going to drift. You have to times it by I think the sine of the latitude divided by the period of rotation, right? So straight away, this guy has absolutely zero fucking clue what he's talking about. He's just saying a bunch of words without understanding the context behind any of it. Because no, a pendulum does not rotate 15 degrees per hour unless it is at the poles, right?
It's at the pole, exactly.
And at the equator it won't drift
at all.
Yeah. So
no, it just maintains its orientation to the fixed stars in space, the distant fixed stars.
Right, so let's listen to what he says to the rest of that.
Which is what we observe in gyroscopes, right? Both mechanical and fibre optic. As the gyroscope appears to stay rigid in its reference frame, the
Somebody
Earth
needs to buy this
rotates
guy a glass of water.
I know.
Fuck. You hear that clicking?
Yeah.
It's like his tongue touching his top of his mouth. Oh my god, man. Like, fucking get a drink, dude. The flat earth is not that fucking important.
Appears to stay rigid in its reference frame, the Earth rotates underneath at a rate of 15 degrees per hour. But
see, he's just saying it. He's just saying rotates underneath at 15 degrees per hour. When again, that's not what's happening. Team, what does a gyroscope register?
I'm sorry, you asked what now? I was responding to the chat.
What does a gyroscope actually register?
It registers the rotation of the Earth.
Yeah, because it's physically on it, right? At no point does the Earth rotate underneath the gyroscope. Which is what he's saying. He's saying...
No, it's attached to the frame of reference. No, it's attached to the frame of reference, to the rotating frame of reference. That's why we get the forces that are involved. In a light gyroscope, that's why we see a drift of the interference pattern.
So he's already asserted two things that are incorrect, and we're 38 seconds into the video. He's asserted that both a pendulum and a gyroscope have the Earth drifting underneath them at 15 degrees per hour. How much evidence do you guys need to know that flat earthers don't have the first fucking clue of what they're on about? Like, not even a little bit. It's mind-blowing how little they understand about the things they constantly try to spout about. It's fucking incredible. Right.
But the most
yeah, if the Earth was rotating under a fiber optic gyroscope and it wasn't, like, if it was stationary relative to the spinning Earth, like, if the gyroscope itself was stationary to the fixed stars in space, then it wouldn't register the interference pattern.
No.
It's actually evidence to support that the frame of reference it's on is experiencing rotation.
Yeah. I mean, you see where he's going with this, right? He's conflating all of this with Coriolis. I think that's where... I haven't watched the video. I'm watching this for the first time. But I already know where he's going with this. He's going to start to talk about, well, then the Earth should rotate under helicopters and blah, blah, blah. But he's already asserted two wrong things. Before we go on, I'll just catch up on the Superchats. Steve Cos for $5 says, happy to give you a fiver for a sick graphics card. Thank you. I'm probably looking at spending about £500 to £750 on upgrades / whatever's needed. Maybe a bit more. So every little bit helps. Thank you very much. John Bell for $5.99 Australian says, love seeing the debates well in lockdown. I'm sorry there isn't a debate tonight, but you can still see us destroy a flat earther. Bluntman for another $5 says, to donate to fight to get a new computer and to make him say, oh, fuck's sake. I'm FTFE and I love pineapple on pizza.
Ha!
I felt sick saying that. But the next one's even worse because Jackalope Herdmaster for $2 says, hi, I'm FTFE and I'm Team Skeptic's bitch.
Boom. Got him, coach. Back-to-back super chats, straight out of love, going on my next mixtape.
John Rapp, everyone that knows John Rapp, please give him the proper welcome in the chat. For $5 Australian says, a few dollars for your new CGI machine. Sorry, confused. Is it that or pre-programmed ring laser gyro we're not supposed to mention? I won't tell anyone, okay? That was, I'm pretty sure, meant for internal comms, right? So I'll just ignore that. Super chat, guys. That never happened. And JL Warren from $9.99 says, we know it's a sphere because JM showed one in his incredible Superman movie. Yeah, it was in Super NES graphics and I cut my eyes out, but it was round.
Now, you can say that the Earth rotates underneath the light as it's traveling in the fiber optic gyro, but the everything that measures anything in the because that's the whole Sagnac effect, is that the rotation of the thing does not affect the speed of light. You know, you're not adding momentum to it as you're twisting the mirror to continue it moving faster than it was already going. But because it moves at a constant speed, it always ends up making one trip shorter than the other. So you could say that the Earth is rotating under the light, but it's not rotating under the gyroscope. The gyroscope is attached to the surface of the Earth. Yeah. So the gyroscope itself is actually, that's what's registering the apparent drift.
Man, I've started something here.
Or the actual drift, I'm sorry.
Super chats to make me say things that I really don't want to say. Brilliant. Why do they like abusing both of us? It's horrible. God's Auditor for $2 says, I'm FTFE and the Boston Tea Party was awesome.
Tasty. That would have been awesome. I want to read Justinian's for you.
Go on then.
Because it says, hi, I'm Team Skeptic first. Justinian for $5. Hi, I'm Team Skeptic, and FTFE says my spunk tastes like pineapples.
Yeah, okay. Just ask your son what that tastes like.
Oh, gross.
In case you guys are wondering, that's not just a really horrible dig. He, in the video, pretended to make his son eat his spunk. So it's all good. I mean, nothing's good about that.
Yeah. No, nothing good at all comes out.
Terry Richard for $4.99 says, for your new computer, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Right, let's let this idiot carry on embarrassing himself. So we're 38 seconds in, and he said 2 things wrong already.
Version of Earth spin is...
I did a quick calculation, and I tweeted the winning field goal.
Wait, let's
go back. Most famous assertion of Earth spin is...
I did a quick calculation, and I tweeted the winning field goal in that game was aided by a 1/3 of an inch deflection to the right from Earth's rotation.
Right, so, team, do me a favor. I'm just going to rewind it a little bit.
Yeah.
Can you just read that to me and point out at what point it says the Earth rotated underneath anything?
I mean, it didn't.
It doesn't, does it? And this is one that Flerfs use all the time. They say that Neil deGrasse Tyson said the Earth rotated underneath a football. Well, no, it didn't. Read what it says. It says, today's Bengals winning overtime field goal was likely enabled by a 1/3 of an inch deflection to the right caused by Earth's rotation. Yes, just because it was caused by Earth's rotation does not mean that the Earth was rotating underneath it. As I've tried to get across to flat earthers, the phrase that you're looking for is the Earth rotated independently. And that's what caused the deflection. the fact that when that field goal was kicked, it was on a certain latitude and it had that latitude's tangential velocity. And when it travelled that certain amount of distance to the goalposts, by the time it had gone from the boot kicking the ball to the goalposts, it had travelled to an area of the Earth that has a different tangential velocity. And because the tangential velocity was different and the ball maintained its original tangential velocity, it deflected to the right by 1/3 of an inch. That does not mean the Earth rotated underneath it. It means the Earth rotated independently. So you can't just assert from this that Neil deGrasse Tyson is saying the Earth rotated underneath it, because he said no such fucking thing. Anything to add?
No, I personally, I mean, I've told you, like, I don't like that fundamental definition of what they say. You're right, it is independent of it, but it also, all of the atmosphere is rotating with it. To say that it's the Earth's not rotating is kind of it kind of takes away from the idea that we're using Earth's rotation to explain this phenomenon. So I always describe it as Earth, it's rotating with Earth, but Earth is rotating underneath it. It's just not rotating at a different relative speed. And the forces that we're feeling or that we're noticing are just fictitious because we're on a rotating reference frame.
Yeah.
So the Earth still does rotate underneath the ball, but it doesn't, like that's just because the Earth rotates and the ball has left the surface of the Earth. Just like the Earth rotates underneath the moon, even though the moon is in constant free fall back towards the Earth. So I still don't, that's the only thing I have with that explanation. But you're right, though, it's independent. They rotate independently. When you kick the ball, it carries its tangential velocity, and the Earth continues to rotate underneath the ball, and the ball, as it crosses the different latitudes, it's actually translating, its conserved momentum is translating into faster or slower angular momentums.
Yeah, and that's the point. I mean, technically, in some ways, the Earth is rotating underneath it because the Earth happens to be underneath the thing and it's rotating. But when you actually you look at all the definitions that these flat earthers try to cite at you, all the definitions say rotate independently. Not one of them says rotate underneath, unless you're talking about a pendulum. In the case of a pendulum, yes, the Earth definitely is the thing that is rotating specifically underneath the swinging bob of the pendulum because it has a fixed pivot point. So it has to do that. But because when an object is moving freely, it's not necessarily a case of the Earth rotating underneath. It's just an independent rotation that causes a difference in tangential speed, meaning the momentum is conserved. That's my explanation, and that I get from looking at all the definitions that they look at. Because it's just they try to just throw in this word underneath. They try to add it to everything as a kind of gotcha. Because if they can make it out as we're saying underneath, then they can then assert that the Earth has to rotate under everything, like helicopters, hot air balloons, and airplanes. Meaning, how can a plane land?
Okay, so let's take something into consideration. Let's say somebody's sitting at the equator and it kicks the ball due east. Yeah. What should happen?
If you're sitting at the equator and you kick it due east, then the ball will actually deflect towards the sky.
Right. It will appear to rise up from where it should have been, right?
Why does it do that? Because in that case, the Earth is rotating.
Because the Earth is rotating underneath the ball, and the Earth's rotating under the ball, and the fixed point that was originally at a one orientation has actually dropped from the perspective of the original kick. So it just, from the original kick, it will look as if the ball travels up a little bit.
And vice versa, if you kick it west,
it's easier to explain.
It goes down. Yeah.
It'll look like right. It'll look like there's an additional force pushing it down. Like it'll look like gravity is pulling harder in one direction and not as hard in the other, and that's just due to the fictitious forces. So to me, that's why I always just leave it as Earth is always rotating. When something leaves the ground, it rotates with the Earth, but it's also the Earth is rotating underneath it. Just like if you were driving next to a car, you would look to a car. Let's say you're both driving 60 miles an hour. you would look over at the car and say, that car doesn't look like it's driving, it's moving.
Yeah.
But then you would also say, well, we're traveling 60 miles an hour, so it must be traveling 60 miles an hour too. So when you kick a ball into the air, the ball leaves the ground with, say we're talking about in the direction, let's say at the equator due east. The ball will actually leave the ground with conserving the 15 degrees per hour momentum plus whatever force was put into the ball.
Yeah.
So, and that's just, they both rotate. It rotates under, but it's also, you're right, it's independent. I just don't like saying that it does not rotate under, because then they can say, well, what are you saying, that it doesn't rotate?
Well, yeah, it's just that they try to use that as a catch-all, and, I mean, you can say it's rotating independently, and it could be to the side of something, It's just about, yes, because the Earth is underneath it, and it's rotating independently, technically the Earth is rotating underneath it, but that doesn't mean that as soon as something's jumped in the air, the Earth rotates instantly at 15 degrees underneath it, which is what they're trying to imply with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let me catch up on the super
chats. But then they
chats.
never accept conservation of momentum. They never
No.
they never accept conservation of momentum as an actual thing, though. So
No, exactly. Right, super chats.
So me and you, we understand what we're saying.
Yeah, because
sorry,
we can do the math around it. That's the thing. If I said to you, right, I've got an object of a certain mass and I'm kicking it from the equator. It's traveling 200 miles north at a certain speed. How much should it deflect to the right? You could do that because you understand the math around it. But a flat earther just goes 15 degrees, blah blah blah, without knowing what they're talking about. Anyway, Terry Richards for $4.99 says, for your new computer, thank you very much. Hugh Jars for $5 Australian says, I'm FTFE. And I think Flat Earth Aussie Roscoe is sexy as fuck. I hope you guys are getting a good bunch of clips today. I expect there to be a Fight the Flat Earth soundboard around tomorrow, okay? Cypher Zero for $5 Australian says, as an Aussie, I can say we are ashamed of Mitchell and hope to one day set him adrift. Also subscribe to NASA Blacksite Area 69, covering a bunch of derp. Please do go and subscribe to NASA Blacksite Area 69. They are an awesome channel. Horsehead Pete for £5 says, Flerfs do confuse the cunnilingus effect when they let their lips flap. Budunch. Irish Demon. Guys, also, Irish Demon is another one you should certainly subscribe to. He's putting out so much content. $2.99 Australian says, what's up, my brothers? Hope you're both doing good. Yeah, would have liked a Flerf to turn up, but we can have fun without them. Matthew Matthews for $2 Australian says, is this what this is now? This is going to be a stream of me reading out super chats that make me say horrible things. Fine, I'm FTFE and Sleeping Warrior is my hero. My God, please don't let him hear that. Bella Charge for $5 New Zealand says, I'm FTFE and I think Goku would turn Superman into a puddle of super goo. Well, yes, because he absolutely fucking would. What did my wife tell you earlier, team?
Well, she agrees that Superman would beat Goku, but that's because you were standing over her, staring at her and shit. So I'd like to know what she feels about it without your oppressiveness around, but that'll probably never happen.
No, she's a DC fan, just like me. Okay, right. J.L. Warren for $4.99 says, I'm FTFE, and I moved to Scotland to satisfy a raging William Wallace fetish. I love you, team. I always have, and I always will.
It's just fucked up.
Carrie Oliver for $33.33 says, even when you guys aren't debating the stupid, we all love listening. Don't ever stop. Still waiting for a proper whistle.
Yeah, good luck waiting.
Oh, I've had a few more people send me Bohemian Rhapsody whistles, by the way.
Good. We need to, until we have about 20, we need 20 people to send it in.
Yeah, totally. Oh, I missed a super chat, so I'm sorry. Christ Puncher for $2 Canadian says, I'm FTFE, and I really love pineapple on pizza. Ooh. Yeah, I throw up in my mouth every time that happens. Oh my God, I can see more that are coming up. That's just, you guys are horrible. I love you all. Number 6 for $4.99 says, unless you are from Chicago, you do not know anything about pizza. Team try Pogie's Irish whiskey. Wait, Chicago
I'll
isn't...
try Pogie. Wait, was that the one? Oh, that was the one somebody had said to me to try before, and I definitely I said it wrong. So what? Who said that?
Number 6. Pogue's whiskey. I probably said it wrong myself. But is Chicago the place that puts the cheese underneath the tomato sauce? With pizzas? There might be, if it is Chicago...
I don't know if they do that.
There's one place that does do that in America, and if Chicago is the place, then no, they don't know anything about pizzas. But if not, I'm wrong. Anyway, Jeff Roberts for $1.99 says, "I'm FTFE, and I think Marvel is better than DC." Oh my God, there literally will be able to be an FTFE soundboard. Better charge.
I'm Team Skeptic, and I approve of that.
Better charge for $5 New Zealand says, "I'm FTFE." No, I've read that one actually, so I can move on. The plot hole for $5 says, "No shameless plugs tonight, only love and not the Natalie type. Feed the hamsters. Thank you." The plot hole is another channel you guys should check out, and also go to theplothole.com to get their podcast, which is amazing, or rockmetaltalk.com, one of the two. Post a link, guys. Feel free. Robert Gassman for $10 says, "I'm FTFE, and all flat earthers are mentally challenged." Well, that one's just true, so thank you very much. Glass Monster for $2 says, "I'm on your Discord." Guys, join the Discord. Have some fun in the meme room. Thank you, Glass Monster. G1 Soundwave.
No,
for
he's saying he wants to come on because he couldn't come on because he wasn't in our Discord yesterday.
Right. Okay.
So now
Well,
he wants to come on tonight. Maybe we'll bring him towards the end or something.
yeah, we can get you on towards the end, dude. Absolutely. G1 Soundwave for $2 says, "It's my birthday. Please whistle for us, Team Skeptic." Ha! Team,
right.
you got to whistle happy birthday.
Hold on. Okay. I was. Did you not hear me just now? I was.
No, only dogs can
Hold
hear
on,
you.
let me turn my microphone up. Hold on. Don't be a dick. Let me get my microphone turned up a bit. Because I'll try. I mean, I legitimately try. I know that you guys are laughing and it's a funny joke and everything, and you know it's at my expense because I'm Team Skeptic and I'm an idiot. But let me make sure that I turn up my gain.
Oh God.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
That was
You're welcome.
that was something.
Did it turn the volume up so you can
Oh
hear
yeah,
at least?
definitely. Chef Allen says he said whistle, not
I
pretend to be a
should've turned the
hairdryer.
frequency
Team
down.
Skeptic.
That was a whistle, ass muncher.
Christ Puncher for $2
That's
says that
fucked
I
up.
missed the super chat. I'm sorry that I missed it. I did read it out eventually. And then Bella Charge left a $50 New Zealand super chat with no message. Thank you very much, Bella Charge. If you meant to leave a message, please let me know. Honestly,
No, that is a message. No, that is a message. That's the New Zealand. Those dots. How many are there? Is that 5 or 6?
5.
I think 5. Either way, 5 and 6 both. Yeah, but 5 and 6 both have the same message. Team Skeptic is fucking awesome. Thank you, Bella Charge. I appreciate that. Wrong person to donate that to, but yes, good job. I mean, yes, Team Skeptic is awesome.
but obviously, like I said, guys, tonight all the super chats are specifically going to go towards helping me get my computer sorted. So every little bit will help. Bob Yake for $5 says, "I'm a globehead and dang proud of it. Greetings from I can't say that. Saskatchewan. Easy to draw but tough to spell. Even harder to bloody say. But thank you very much, Bob. Yes, everyone should be proud of being a globehead. God's Auditor for $2 says, "I'm FTFE and Chicago pizza is dog shit." Ooh, fighting words. Mr. Unite, Mr. Unite for the children.
Sorry, I'm reading the chat.
Mr. Unite for the children for $2 says, "I'm FTFE and my Dixie wrecked." You guys are mean to me. Rampant for 1,000 claps says Bat Person is my favorite DC anime character. Which Bat Person, or is it just Bat Person? Cypher Zero for $5 says to put towards team's lip implants. He clearly
Don't
needs
read that one.
so
Don't
he
read
can
that
finally
one.
whistle.
Don't read that one.
And
Why the
Steve
fuck do you do this shit on purpose, man? I swear.
Steve Cos for $2 says Saskatchewan. That's how you say it. Thank you very much, guys. Massively appreciated. Oh, and Glober Mummy for $2 says,
Okay.
here, take my money. Now go fix your damn computer. I'm going to, guys. I promise.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, because Clive Wells had some interesting comments in the chat. He says, turn off your anti-whistling software on your computer. I didn't know computers came built in with that. But here's what I thought. After hearing that, I was like, hey, you know what? I have a noise reducer, right, on my computer. So why don't I whistle something for you guys, and then I'm going to run it through my processor and try to clean it up and pull the whistle out of the noise so that you guys can hear what I hear inside of my head when I actually whistle. So, 1 second. I'm about to start the recording. I'm doing this independently. Okay, oh, it's hearing me. I can see the waveform. So here we go. I'm just going to try to hold a solid C, okay? I mean, anything would work these days, but a solid C. We're going to try to do that right now.
I'll give you a C. Hold on. There we go.
That's easy. Okay, ready?
Ooh, ooh! A little flat, but I heard something there.
Okay, so I think I got long enough to pull the audio out of that right there. So we're going to try to do that as best we can. Here we go. And all right, give me a moment. I'm going to mute my mic for a moment while I try to run a noise reduction filter.
Okay, I'll read out the rest of these super chats while you're doing that. Miss V for $2 says, I'm FTFE and I sleep with a Nathan Thompson doll. Please, I'm actually asking nicely now. Somebody make an FTFE soundboard out of all these. The plot hole for $2 says, I we Todded, Sofa King we Todded. What now? Thank you. Jeff Roberts for $19.99 says, please get yourself a new computer. I'm going to. This is massively helping. And Bella Charge for another 20 New Zealand dollars says, no message, just showing the love on that. What up, skep bitch?
Whistle coming soon. That's all I'm going to say to that. Whistle coming soon. Hold on.
And then Basic Trigonometry for £2 says, you lot try whistling after being mummified. Oh, team, did you hear that?
What was that?
He says,
no, I didn't.
He says, you lot try whistling after being mummified.
Who said it, though?
Basic Trigonometry.
That just fucked up. Yeah, basic trigonometry. I'm done with you, man. We're done. Our friendship, no more. No mas, homie. No mas.
I love you, dude.
If you don't know what that means, learn some Spanish. All right, hold on. I'm almost ready for this whistling. This whistling audio clip because it's coming together really good. You can almost make out the music I'm trying to whistle. 1 second.
Oh, I'm excited for this. Are we actually going to get to hear a Team Skeptic whistle? The mythical thing, as mythical as the meat tubes. Cypher Zero for $5 Australian says, because it wasn't as easy as you thought, team. $2.50 of this towards the lip fund. And it helps FTFE fix that damned machine. Thank you, Cypher Zero. It means the world. I can't say thank you enough for the support you guys throw at me, honestly. And I want to keep streaming as much as possible, so these super chats will massively help pay towards I'm either looking at a new machine which is going to be over $1,000, or I'm looking at massive upgrades which would be between £500 and £750. So it's all helping a lot. You've no idea how much. All right, team, you got that whistle ready?
Give me 2 seconds.
Okay, we're nearly there, guys.
2 seconds. I'm getting closer.
That's what she said. Is everyone ready to hear the whistle?
Okay, so to start out, we need to let me jump back and play this. I have to make. Oh my God, I went too far back. I get it. Okay, yeah, there we go. All right. So let me make sure that I'm piping it through right. 1 second. Okay, so I need to bring it in through here. Okay, good deal. All right, so whoops.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was me on my bad. Hold on 1 second. Let me get back to voice meter and turn my microphone off.
Nerd Angle, I know that's not your name, but it is now. For $19.99, says a gift from an Angle. Thank you very much. Very nice of the Angle to give me a gift.
Okay, can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, here, let me turn it up so that way y'all can hear it at a good volume. This was me, and before I put my audio tune on it, okay?
I think that's the best I've ever heard from you.
It may, but wait, that had a lot of wind noise in it, okay? Now give me a second. Let me get it up. Let me put all my audio treatment back on it since I already put it there. Hold on.
I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's 1 second. It's just taking a second to reprocess all the audio, but now it's done. So give me a second. Here is the here's the processed audio after I've taken out all the noise and made the whistle as best I could possibly make it. Here we go.
This is hot.
Fucking beautiful, right?
You fucking liar.
I mean, my man nailed it. I told you guys. Every last one of y'all are pieces of shit for saying that I can't fucking whistle. There it is right there. You just don't have a built-in noise or wind noise filter in your ear. Now, I did actually try my best. Oh God, I just fucked it. I just removed all my, by turning up my audio, I actually removed all the noise filters I put on it. I can go back and get them. But yes, that was me. For sure, 100%, not even lying. With a straight face.
Of course it is. A few more super chats. Rodent, no last name, for $5 says, I'm not going to buy you a pack of smokes. You can get, you can internet, right? I'm FTFE, and I put sugar in the gas tank of Flerfs' arguments. Thank you very much. Razak9 Flatter Tear Drinker for 20 Nokias says, I'm FTFE, and I drink the blood of flatards. You guys literally know you can make me say anything, right? I mean, I'm obliged to read them out. I have to say what you put in them. Have fun with that, I guess. John Rapp for $2 Australian says, Aussies are the most awesomest, the most goodly people. They can do good English as well, apparently. Factard for $2.79 Canadian says, someone get Team Skeptic a kazoo. Team Glass Monster for $2 Canadian says, Team, your whistle is broken. I need a VMix link. Yeah, we'll get you on towards the end of this, bud. We'll bring you on for a chat. Definitely. Philosopher of Nonsense for $2 says, Team's whistle has a drift, 15 degrees per hour. That could be a problem. Have you adjusted for the drift that you get with your whistle?
Not yet. It's
right.
Yeah, it's a that drift is the what's it called, man? Now I can't even think of it because I'm trying to be funny. When you approach sound and it starts going up in pitch, what's that called? Doppler effect.
Yeah. Cypher Zero for
Doppler
5.
effect due to our 15-degree rotation.
Cypher Zero for $5 Australian says, I'm FTFE, and the Guyver would use Superman and Goku as toothpicks after they clean his house. Also, permanent implants for Team's whistles. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm almost done processing it again, so y'all can actually hear the real thing, though.
Okay, a few more super chats. John Bell for $7.99 Australian says, Team Skeptic's mic was too close, killing the resonation of the whistle. ZP for $2 says, he can't whistle. It proves flat Earth. Yeah, we've just been debunked. And Yasin for $5 Canadian dollars says, mon nom est FTFE, voici mon accent, I can't speak French. Lorsque je parle en français. No, I can't speak French. I'm sorry. That is the one class that I failed at school. Thank you very much, guys, for the super chats. All right, team, you ready with that processed whistle?
Almost. Hold on. Okay.
RT96
yeah,
for $2
this is about
says
as clear.
RT96 for $2 says Team's mic was too close. I could hear him.
Yeah, oh, fuck off. Okay, so this is about as good as the processing's gonna get on it. And yeah, you can definitely distinguish a whistle. Here we go. Indistinguishable from the other guy.
It was the best I've heard from you, team. Although there's a bunch of dogs outside my house going fucking crazy, so can you stop it?
Thank you. Tell them I love them.
Seraph for $2 says supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I can say that one. Stash for £2 for £2, sorry, says Trevor, Corey, Smokes, let's go. Thank you very much. G1 Soundwave for $2 Canadian says I'm FTFE. A Marvel destroys DC, and I agree. Stop it, me.
Hey, can you tell me the character that says Trevor, Corey, Smokes? Let's go.
It's one of the dudes from Grand Theft Auto, right? No?
Don't ever question my nerddom. Trailer Park Boys, that's Ricky.
Right, okay, no, I still haven't watched Trailer Park Boys.
God damn it, what? The animated's alright. But the old school shit's hilarious. Yeah, it's hilarious. You gotta watch it.
Philosopher of Nonsense for $2 says, I'm FTFE, and I'm wearing Teens Mankini right now. Yes, it's a little tight. Fight the tight Mankini. Monkey Cat Pat Pat for $5 says, Team would have a better chance whistling if he farted in his Mankini. Christ Puncher for $2 Canadian says, I'm FTFE, and I have 3.5 nipples. Fucking hell. Thank you very much for super chats, guys. Right, let's get on with some stupid.
From Earth's rotation.
Mind blown. So let me get this straight. Someone kicks a ball, but because Earth is spinning underneath it, it will appear to deviate. So following that logic, there must have been some massive spin under this ball when it was kicked.
Oh my god, he doesn't know how footballers curve a football, do they?
No, he doesn't.
I mean, what's the effect? The Magnus effect when a ball's spinning, right?
I'm sorry, I'm playing with my audio, trying to get the whistle to come out from people in the audience are giving me things.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a matter of creating different pressures.
Yeah,
and the pressure's pushing the ball
so because
in one
the
direction.
ball's spinning when he kicks it, I mean, yeah, there's probably going to be help by the Coriolis with whichever direction that's being kicked, but you know, the more important thing is the spin that the footballer puts on it.
I mean, look at this. He kicks it over to the right, and it comes back to the left. Amazing. And some players can even make the ball deviate both ways. I know this trick. It's across the equator, right? Because things deviate in opposite directions, either side of the equator.
Same fucking physics with a knuckleball.
He's so fucking
You see the ball wasn't spinning? You kick a ball that doesn't spin, and it's gonna deviate on its own. Just like a knuckleball does in baseball.
Oh, that's baseball. Sorry, I didn't actually know what a knuckleball was. Right,
when you throw when a pitcher throws a baseball, the baseball typically they put spin on it to make the ball do a certain thing. A knuckleball pitcher specifically grabs the ball so that when he throws it with no spin on it. So when you throw it with no spin on it, you cannot predict the exact, or you lose the ability to predict accurately where the ball is going to go. You can kind of get a general idea, and people that are really good at it, they can control it. But in soccer like that, or football if you want to call it, whatever, when he kicks that ball, watch, it's not spinning at all. Go back and look. I can tell you right now it's not spinning, since it had multiple deviations in it.
And some players can even make the ball deviate both ways. Ha.
Yeah, it looked pretty kind of, it was looked like it was rolling forwards a bit, but didn't actually.
It's going to have a little bit of spin, obviously,
but
it's not spinning like that ball. They don't put spin on it.
All right, it's 2.5.
It's right.
Oh god,
Scoot it up a little bit.
I know this trick.
Oh, I passed it. Oh, I'm past it. It's so slow now. Here we go.
And some players can even make the ball deviate.
Yeah, it looks like it's just kind of rolling forward a bit. It's definitely not spinning like the other ones.
Yeah. No, it's not spinning. It does. It's gonna obviously roll a little bit. You can't hit the ball and put zero spin on the ball. It's gonna have a slight roll to it. But even if you watch a baseball, like pull up a I can do it because you're already in a spot. But if you pull up a knuckleball pitcher in baseball, when they throw that ball, because they're using their fingers and not their feet, they can put on almost no spin on the ball, and the ball does crazy things. The batters have a hard time fucking hitting them. But the pitchers that are not good also have a hard time keeping the ball in the strike zone.
Okay, I do have to ask a question about baseball. Why did you make one of the most boring things in the world one of your national sports?
It's not boring when you play, and if you look at it in its competitive nature.
I mean, you took rounders.
I used to be a shortstop. That position is not boring.
You guys basically, you took rounders, which is actually quite fun, and made it boring.
Yeah.
But I've had a super chat.
I like baseball, but I don't like watching it. I like playing it, not watching it.
They're asking me to say hard words to say, so I'm going to try to say this word, and then you're going to try to say it, team. I've just sent you it in Discord, okay?
All right, hold on. I'm not going to look at it till you say it, so that way I don't have an idea. I don't have a chance.
Pneumonolotramicroscopic ciliocovulocanococonosis. What the fuck does that mean?
Pneumonotram microscopic convolcanoconiosis.
I'm googling what the fuck that means right now.
Pneumonotram microscopic. Oh, I'm gonna try to say it. I gotta almost make this word bigger. God damn. Pneumonotram microscopic silicovolcanoconiosis. Coniosis. God damn it, that's a fucking hard word to say.
It's a noun. It says an invented long word said to mean a lung disease caused by inhaling a very fine ash and sand dust.
Fine, kill the people that have the lung disease by making them explain it.
Fucking hell. And then Yasin.
Could you imagine the doctor sitting there with the fucking person getting ready to record time of death, and he's like, read this out. As soon as he reads it out.
That was JL Warren, so thanks for that one, JL. Yasin for $2 says, "Mi nom est FTFE et mon français est impeccable." I told you I can't speak French. The French speakers are going, I hate you. I actually hate you. John Rapp.
Send me something in Spanish. Guys, send me something in Spanish to read, and I'll read it out. Y'all can test my Spanish, gangster.
John Rapp for $2 says, but cricket, insomnia for 5 days, no result. Yes, I'll grant you, cricket is just as boring as baseball. But I used to play cricket. I was actually quite good at it. Long arms, I could do a good overhand. Anyway, more stupid from Mitchell.
I know this trick. It's cross the equator, right? Because things deviate in opposite directions, either side of the equator. This goalkeeper had no idea of the Coriolis effect. Got him a beauty. But wait, what is...
Isn't it cringy when flat earthers try to be funny?
Yeah, I mean, especially when they're trying to be funny with while being stupid at the same time.
Yeah, well, they think they're being
Sorry,
smart.
I'm reading the chat. I'm reading the chat. I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up on it.
Apparently, that was a pretty good French pronunciation there, so
Exactly.
I'll take that as a win. Right.
Is the
Sounded like
Coriolis effect.
a tourist.
There are two constituent parts. The first being a rotating reference frame. In this assertion, the globe rotating. The second part being the inertial reference frame, which is everything not attached to the rotating reference frame. This can be demonstrated better by a drone on a roundabout. The drone leaves the roundabout of the rotating reference.
No, it can't. Anyone want to guess why? I mean, is the atmosphere rotating with that fucking thing? No. And if you try to use a drone on Earth, the Earth isn't going to rotate underneath it because the drone uses the atmosphere, which is rotating with the Earth to create the upward thrust.
Here, hold on. I got a video I want to show then, since they want to bring up. You can go ahead and keep on. I'm gonna find this video
reference
for
frame
you to
and
play.
enters the inertial reference frame. From the rotating reference frame, it appears that the drone is deviating.
I mean, he is correct. I mean, that is what's happening. It appears that he's correct about the description of the rotating reference frame and the non-inertial and inertial frames. But he's misapplying it because he's doing the entire thing inside an atmosphere.
Yeah, okay, here, I'm about to...
Okay, just before you do that, I'll read out this super chat from Glober Mummy, which for $2 says, make Scotty Storm stop. Yeah, team, have you had a look at Scotty Storm's channel lately by any chance?
I haven't had a chance to take an actual look at his channel. I don't typically watch people that
his videos
film
lately
themselves with no shirt on.
His videos lately have been him going to the police station to complain about the police policing the lockdown. And he annoyed them so much. He went to like 3 different police stations. He annoyed them so much that they sent over a whole bunch of cops to try and talk to him. And he's standing there at his door with like the porch bit closed so he can see through it, but the door actually open, talking to these cops, like shouting at them, saying, "Oh, you're just trying to kidnap me and stuff." And Scotty Storm's poor dad walks up next to him. He's like, "Scotty, can you stop arguing with the police and stuff?" And he starts screaming at his dad, telling him that his dad's indoctrinated and in league with the police and stuff. Like, I don't even want to make a video about it. It's fucking crazy.
That dude, yeah, like, people like him are like, we had him, I can't remember where we had him on, if it was your channel or my channel, but he came on with Spurskeesmo, I think, and he was cool for like 20 minutes. Now, when I say cool, I'm not saying he's a cool person. He was less than hot-headed for about 20 minutes, and then after that, it was nothing but just like the most vile thing he could think to say, which of course doesn't bother me, but it wasn't any fun for the people in the audience to watch, you know. And I was just like, when I left that situation or that experience, I said, that dude has a mental illness. Every time he says something to me online, I just say, go put a shirt on. You know?
Yeah.
Like, literally. That's all he needs to do. Focus on one thing in life. Wearing a shirt every time you get out of bed. Put it on. Walk around the house with it. Go outside, do your daily fucking due diligence in the world, finding that it's flat, but have a fucking shirt on while you do it. Okay?
Yeah. Sean Carroll's right. He says, "I think Scotty Storm is certifiably crazy, FTFE. Seriously." I agree. I did one video on it on Scotty Storm, but I don't think that my style of videos is right for Scotty Storm because he is one of the people that I genuinely feel like I'm making fun of a mentally disabled person. And it just doesn't feel right. There's something wrong in his fucking head.
I wouldn't say mentally disabled. Mentally wrong, yeah. He's mentally... Something's... Yeah, he wouldn't take what you did to be satirical or fun in nature. He would take it personal. It could affect his life negatively. It could affect those that are around him. I mean, he's got mental problems, you know, like he doesn't handle reality very well. Obviously, he's a flat earther. He can't separate reality from fantasy. And to his dad being part of the police, are you kidding me? The guy's delusional. He shouldn't be. I won't be having him on my channel.
No, sure. I've done my interactions with Scotty. and I genuinely think there's something wrong, and I'm not gonna attack him anymore. Anyway, I've got one super chat to read.
Still
before
needs
you
to wear
do
a
that.
shirt though.
Yeah, still needs to put a fucking shirt on. One more super chat to read before you show your video. Justin Redline for $5, and he's asked me to sing this, so I will. You don't have to be lonely at cousinsonly.com. How was that, guys? And then ZP for $2 has asked me to say something in Korean, but I don't speak Korean, so he says use Google Translate. Give me 1 second.
I found it out.
What's it say?
Kaneki ni akiaki shite Nihongo o benkyo shimashita.
And what's it mean?
I got tired of quarantine and studied Japanese. Let me see if I can. Let me play it for myself in the translator.
Oh, is it Japanese? I said Korean. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So Kaneki ni akiyashiti Nihongo o benkyo shimashita.
Okay, I'll try it. Kaneki ni akaki keishiti Nihongo o benkyo shamashista. Shita. Yeah, I don't speak covered languages. Bring on the babblefish, that's for sure. All right, have you got your video ready? I'll put you on full screen.
Yeah. It was just a couple of people that were demonstrating this. They don't have a lot of subscribers, 10,000 subscribers. This video only has 6,000 views, but they actually show what it means to be a rotating reference frame and a stationary reference frame, and they set it up with with actual pipes and stuff to define the reference frame. So let me get it to the point where they start showing the animations, or it wasn't an animation, they videotaped it from several perspectives. But here we go.
To the body frame. Let's also start the drone rotating to match the yaw rate of the merry-go-round.
Yeah,
now this is odd. If Brian watches the ball as it leaves his hand, it appears to deflect to the right. To get a better view of this, let's slow this down to 30% of real time. Again, watch as the ball leaves Brian's hand. To an observer who's sitting on this rotating body frame, it appears that some mysterious force is accelerating the ball to the right. You can see that from Brian's point of view, the ball seems to follow this quasi-parabolic trajectory to the right. We know from the previous video that Randall, who's sitting on the non-rotating reference frame, just sees the ball fly in a straight trajectory as soon as it leaves Brian's hand. We'll throw it one more time so you can see this phenomena again. Remember that both of these videos are synced up and showing Brian's point of view, aka the viewpoint of an observer sitting on the body frame. This is definitely some interesting behavior, but we see that it's really just a matter of perspective. Randall sees one set of behavior because he's sitting on the non-rotating reference frame, and Brian sees something completely different because he's sitting on the rotating body frame. In the previous scenario, we tried to make it so the ball left Brian's hand near the center of the merry-go-round. In other words, we wanted to start the trajectory from the origin of the body frame. Once again, let's slow down the video, but only to 50% of full speed this time. Now, let's examine what happens when we release the ball from the edge of the merry-go-round. Let's rename this person as Edward. E for Edward and E for edge. Edward is throwing the ball in 4 directions: radially outward, tangentially in the direction of travel, and radially inward here. And you can see that in all these cases, the ball is deflected to the right. Lastly, he's going to turn 90 degrees and throw tangentially in the direction opposite of motion, and the ball still deflects to the right. So regardless of location and direction, it seems that the trajectory of the ball is always deflected to the right when the body frame, aka the merry-go-round, is rotating in a counterclockwise direction.
Yeah, exactly.
There does seem to be one scenario where things seem to act normally. We see that if Brian stands in the center of the merry-go-round and throws the ball straight up.
So the point is that even though there isn't a physical force there, from the perspective of the person on the rotating reference frame, there is a force that you can actually calculate and use to predict what should happen. And that's what the flat earthers miss out. They just apply this catch-all phrase of the earth rotating underneath to kind of mean everything, and it really doesn't. It doesn't give the nuance of what's actually happening.
Okay, so a good way to explain that here is to say, let's remove everything outside of what's on the merry-go-round, let's say the balls, the guy, the merry-go-round, and everything else. let's just black everything else out. So that way, you wouldn't really know whether you were spinning or not spinning. You know, of course you would feel the forces yourself, but let's say you were just using a camera that you weren't actually there. You had a camera set up with just the balls being shot off in directions, right? So if you didn't have the reference frame, or if you didn't have the Earth and everything else like that to let you kind of visually see that you were going in a circle, that you were rotating, you could use this experiment to determine that you are in fact rotating and in which direction you're rotating. And that's just because if you weren't rotating and you threw a ball straight, the ball would travel straight. If you are rotating and you throw the ball straight, from the reference point of the body frame, the ball is going to have an apparent deflection, which means that the body frame itself is non-inertial or rotating.
Yep, so I have missed it.
So we use the space. We use space, and we can't say, oh, we don't know whether we're rotating or space is rotating around us. Well, this is how we know that we're rotating and it's not space rotating around us.
Yeah.
Because there are fictitious forces that are on our body frame, our rotating body frame.
Yeah, that can only happen if we are on a rotating body frame.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right, a couple of super
Otherwise,
chats.
they would follow Newton's laws of motion.
Everything seems...
Sorry, I didn't mean to play that thing.
A couple of super chats, and someone has sent me something via PayPal. And thank you very much. If you guys feel like donating via PayPal, because it does mean that Google doesn't take about 30% of it, it's paypal.me/FTFE. But we've had Nowpinion, who sent me 100 secs. Thank you very much. It says, towards a new computer, Google and Apple takes too much of the money by super chats. That is better. Thank you very much. Nowpinion is another awesome channel that you guys should probably check out. Absolutely fucking hilarious. Then we've got Little Miss Betty Page, aka Tank Girl Junkie, for £2 says, I'm FTFE, and naked Thatcher gives me an erection. Why am I saying these things? Grant Rezero for $5 says, that really long word now appears on Google just by typing PNUM. I think this stream might have just single-handedly affected Google. Awesome.
Dude, something else happened. Something completely random and weird, and I took a screenshot. Let me pull the screenshot up so I can remember exactly what was weird about it. Let's see, hold on. Oh, yes, okay. So last night, and this is no lie, anybody can go check, okay? Last night, me, MC Toon, Brainy Beaver, and Sarcastic Barman, I'm missing one. So there was one of us, I'll have to go back and remember because I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. But we were talking about cars that we used to wish we would own that we never did get a chance to own. And mine was going to be the 96 Toyota Supra Inline 6. But then someone in the chat reminded me that there was a Nissan Skyline GTR. So I said Nissan Skyline GTR, right? I go in, and I've got this pulled up right now so everybody can see it. Well, here, I'll put it on the... Let me add the picture. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. Your computer's fucking listening to you guys, okay? Right. I don't think there's another way to properly explain why this is fucking in my inbox, or in my search. But hold on one second. I'm getting it set up so you can see it.
Okay. So while you're doing that, let's read out the other super chat I've got, which is from Vengeance0100 for £9.99. Thank you very much. For your computer, PS, first time ever giving to a stream. Hope you feel special. Yes, I popped your super chat, Cherry. I do feel special and proud and slightly used. So thank you for all three of those. Yeah, guys, again, I can't say how much I appreciate the support that you give. I'm going to be able to upgrade my computer and possibly get a whole new machine that is awesome with the support I'm getting from you guys. Okay.
Can you see it now?
Yes, we can.
All right. You see that middle video right there, right?
Yeah.
Nissan Skyline GTR V-Spec, whatever. Okay, I'm trying to read it on the shared screen. That video came up in this search. YouTube, new terms of service.
All right, so do you have Google Home or
That's
Alexa?
where the... Nope.
Nah, they're fucking listening to you.
I've also obviously been searching. Oh my God, I can't believe this. We were joking about, I'm just now noticing this. We were joking about Brainy Beaver driving, he was talking about driving around in a 4x4, and I was like, yeah, that's a Barbie car. I was like, that's probably one of the, it said probably had Barbie and Ken on the side, and like we were joking about it. Google listens, guys. Google listens. Never ever forget that Google is listening to you. Yes.
It's not creepy at all. Right, thanks for the super chats, guys. Let's get on with listening to the stupid and him misrepresenting things.
Movement. But we can see that the drone is not moving at all. It's the rotating reference frame of the roundabout underneath the drone. An apparent deviation. The two reference frames, highlighted by the green, the rotating reference frame, and the red is everything not attached to the rotating reference frame, the inertial reference frame. So every observation from the rotating reference frame is Coriolis, an apparent deviation. But from the observation of the inertial reference frame, if something...
I can't hear anything else apart from that.
Man, I'm about to ask you to fucking download his audio and send it to me so I can de-click him.
I know, that's fucking horrible.
Jesus.
Thing is moving, this is not Coriolis. This is an actual deviation. So...
Wait, what? Is he saying from the inertial reference frame the deviation is not Coriolis? Is he now trying to read... Let me just listen to that again. I got distracted by his mouth noises.
This is not moving, is Coriolis. An apparent frame, the inertial reference frame. So every observation from the rotating reference frame is Coriolis, an apparent deviation. But from the observation of the inertial reference frame, if something is moving, this is not Coriolis.
Wait, so if you see it from the inertial reference frame, it's not Coriolis? What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
It doesn't. It's not. What I don't know if he's trying to say with the same thing the other guy said in the video. If you were to stand outside of the, what I think he's saying is that if you stand outside of the rotating spinning thing, right, and someone throws a ball, then any deviation on that ball is not going to be Coriolis, which would be true. So if you were standing out here on the outside and the guy was spinning, right? Well, what I'm saying is like. If you're standing out here on the outside, right, and the guy on the inside throws the ball to you and it goes directly in a straight line to you, well, that's not Coriolis, right? That's because that's just the natural, F equals ma, things want to travel in a straight line. So he's saying if there's any deviation to that path from the inertial reference frame, then it's going to not be Coriolis. It's actually, I would assume he's saying that it could be like the Magnus effect or something like that, where it's something else that's causing it to have a deviation instead of the Coriolis, because you're making that observation from the...
The way that he's wording it...
Well, he's not completely...
No, it's just weird.
Yeah, I'm having to explain what I think he's trying to say, because he's not saying anything spectacular at any point.
One more super chat before we carry on. From JL Warren for $4.99. I'm FTFE, and I wholly accept JL's assertion of Marvel's superiority to DC. I was led astray, and please subscribe to The Week in Horror. Please do go and subscribe to The Week in Horror, but JL Warren is wrong about everything else. DC beats Marvel every fucking day.
This is an actual deviation.
I'm just waiting for somebody to tell you that I'm FTFE and I wholly support the Christian movement. If you find Jesus, if you're struggling with life, you can look towards Jesus Christ to save you. That's what needs to happen, guys. $2, that's all it costs to get him to say that. Come on.
Observe
all right,
Coriolis,
let's go.
We need to be attached to the rotating reference frame. And we need something to leave the rotating reference frame into the inertial reference frame, like this drone. It appears to deviate, but it's not moving at all. So if we actually live on the asserted rotating globe, that means everything that leaves the rotating reference frame should appear to deviate.
And that's where he's wrong, because that assertion ignores anything else that might be going on, right? It ignores what happens if the atmosphere is rotating
spinning.
Yeah. It doesn't take into account any wind or anything. It literally is just making the assumption that there is only the Earth spinning and being outside of that reference frame, but it's not. Fucking hot air balloons. Of course, the Earth is not going to rotate underneath the hot air balloon, because the balloon is floating in the atmosphere, which is rotating with the Earth. And they just don't take that into account. Yes, there is going to be Coriolis, but the calculable Coriolis force will be minuscule compared to the other forces that are actually taking place. Anything to add?
No, you nailed it.
Cypher Zero for $5 says, I'm FTFE, and I sleep in Spider-Man pyjamas with a Thanos plushie, Star-Lord sheets, and an Iron Man poster on the roof to drift off looking at. I hate you all. I love you all, really. And seems like J.L. Warren was listening to you, team.
Yes.
J.L. Warren for $4.99 says, I'm FTFE. Christ is the way. Unbelievers will be cast off into the lake of fire. I am washed in the blood of the Lamb. MAGA 2020. Fuck's sake. And then Philosopher of Nonsense for $2 says, I'm FTFE, and I want you to accept Jesus Christ. Bella Charge for $2 New Zealand says, I'm FTFE, and I'm the Robin to Team's Batman.
I love it. These people are amazing.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Because it's in the inertial reference frame. But these hot air balloons are moving in every direction possible, kind of behaving like gas particles, moving freely and randomly in all directions. If it is asserted that the Earth rotates to the east, then everything in the inertial reference frame should deviate to the west. But that's not what we observe.
That is an assertion that you just made, and you would need to back that up. Rider of Dinosaurs, of course you can, my friend. Rider of Dinosaurs seriously needs to get subscribed to, by the way. My next video, like I said, is a collaboration with him and a little thing with Team Skeptic and Negative Exponents. Yeah, definitely subscribe to Rider of Dinosaurs. No, Mitchell, you're wrong.
In reality. Let's look at other things in the inertial reference frame, like helicopters. They hover for hours in the air, and the Earth should be rotating underneath. They should be experiencing a deviation to the west.
It's like they just ignore what's actually happening to fit their narrative, right?
Yeah, they don't understand how helicopters work.
No, again,
or how they think that, but then they don't say anything. They don't say anything about your voice not changing tone due to the speed you're traveling. Like, according to them, if what they said is correct, then also what would be correct is that while driving, your voice would be leaving at a certain speed from your mouth, not relative to the air around it.
Yeah.
So if you're traveling 60 miles per hour and the speed of sound is, let's say, 100 miles per hour, the sound would be leaving your mouth at only 40 miles per hour, which is not how it works. It works because it's inside of the atmosphere. The helicopter is the same way. It moves. Its aerodynamics are based on the liquid or the fluid atmosphere around it, not the liquid, the fluid one. Yeah. But if the atmosphere starts moving, the helicopter starts moving. That will happen.
Yeah, someone said it right in the chat. I missed who it was, but they said that nothing's actually left the reference frame until it leaves the atmosphere. That is technically correct if we're saying that the atmosphere rotates with the Earth, but ballistics are still within the atmosphere and affected by Coriolis because of being outside of the reference frame. So I kind of see what you're saying, but we have to accept that things even within our atmosphere can be accepted by Coriolis. Because that's the thing, nobody's denying that, right? Nobody is denying that a helicopter, an airplane, a hot air balloon, all these things will be being affected by that calculable Coriolis force because of what's happening, right? But there is so many other forces going on that Coriolis force is minuscule. Glass Monster for 2 Canadians says, I'm FTFE and Glass Monster is God over me. God, yeah. We will bring you in soon, bud. We'll finish this and then we'll bring you in. Anyway, let's listen to more stupid.
But, as we can see with this helicopter, it can make precision movements, which is why it's used to stand this high voltage tower. But once again, in reality, we never see this helicopter deviate to the west.
It doesn't look like it's making precision movements. It looks like it's being rocked pretty hard back and forth, trying to eventually get it in place. Oh my God,
Should
these guys
happen
are funny.
if Earth were actually rotating to the east. Everything in the inertial reference frame should be experiencing a 15 degree per hour deviation to the west. So here's another drone demonstration. This is put into ATTI mode, which is attitude mode, not governed by GPS.
What do you think he's going to get wrong here, team?
Oh, well, I don't know the different modes of these drones. Is this the one where it picks a spot on the ground and stays above the spot?
Yeah, it will just
He says he puts it in alt mode.
Yeah, particular altitude, you can set it at like 2 meters above the ground. It will just stay at that position.
But, okay, so if you push forward on it, will it just start going forward? Or, I mean, is it staying over a certain point on the ground, or is it just staying at a certain altitude above the ground?
I think it will stay at a certain point.
Like, will it drift right and left? Will it drift right and left, or will it just sit there above the point?
Not entirely sure. But I think he's...
I don't know, so I don't want to straw man that.
Well, I think he's going to...
I know Sean has told me...
He's basically going to be saying that because the drone is hovering there, and the Earth isn't instantly rotating away underneath it, therefore there is no Coriolis, right?
I mean, I don't know if that's what he's going to come, the conclusion he's going to come to, but again, I don't know how if that drone. Somebody in the audience will let us know for sure, because I don't know what that mode on the drones represents.
Okay.
This is a 20-minute time lapse of the drone hovering and not deviating to the west.
There you go. Fucking knew it. It didn't deviate to the west. Therefore, there's no Coriolis.
So that's incorrect.
In fact, it's not deviating at all. It's landing almost exactly from where it took off from 20 minutes ago. The drone is in the inertial reference frame. So, if the Earth were actually spinning underneath it, it would observe an actual deviation.
Why does he say that?
Because he's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
Which is what we
so
observe
dumb.
in
These people are so
hurricanes,
dumb.
cyclones, and tornadoes. We view these things in the inertial reference frame.
Yeah, but the reason why we get hurricanes and tornadoes is because when there is wind, those atmospheric particles of winds can be classed as freely moving, right? And if there's a low pressure area, it's going to draw the air into it, which is what creates the wind. So then you've got freely moving particles. And if those freely moving particles are going from the south towards the north, whilst in the northern hemisphere they rotate to the right. If they're going from the north to the south, then they rotate to the left, which is why you get a hurricane, because that pressure causing the freely moving air particles, which then carry their conservation of momentum and cause the drift. And because it's up and down, it makes it a cyclone. It's because it's freely moving. There's wind. They're ignoring the fact that the atmosphere is a fluid body.
Yeah.
Just like this drone.
They just don't. Well, one thing they don't accept is that the atmosphere itself rotates at 15 degrees per hour with the Earth.
Yeah.
So you have to accept that fact.
And
if they don't think it is, there's an easy prediction for them to make, and that would be, do we experience an atmospheric bulge at the equator? And we do. So pressure, actually atmospheric pressure at sea level at the equator is a bit higher than it is at the poles because there's more atmosphere over the equators due to the centrifugal force.
Yeah, and they just ignore the things that you actually have to take into account. Just it doesn't matter to them. If they're talking about wind, how can the atmosphere be rotating with the Earth because of wind? Well, wind's moving. Yeah, but when you look at like a storm system that's making that wind, that entire storm system, even though it might be moving to the east or the west, it's still rotating with the Earth. So if the storm system, say, was moving to the east at 200 miles an hour near the equator, it's a bad storm, technically it's still rotating to the east at 300 miles an hour. Because the atmosphere itself is still rotating, just the freely moving particles within the atmosphere have themselves a tangential velocity to the opposite way of rotation, which means that the overall velocity of them is 300 miles an hour instead of the 500 or whatever you would expect to have. So, yeah.
Yeah, you could do this underwater with a turkey baster. Just take a turkey baster underwater, fill it up, and then what you do is you increase the pressure on one side of the turkey baster, and on the other side you'll feel the water rush out and hit your hand. But guess what? The entire pool of water that's underneath is not fucking moving. Just a little jet stream of water will be, or not, I don't know if it'd be a jet stream, but a stream of water within the body of water will move due to the pressure difference.
Mission Apparatus Para in the chat says, see, us Bristolians are definitely not thick. Cheers, Craig. Yeah, even though I sound like I'm a pirate, I'm not dumb.
Rotating reference frame is actually spinning underneath it. Just like hurricanes, cyclones, and tornadoes. They are actually spinning. This is not Coriolis ballers. This is an actual rotation of something.
Of what? What's making the atmosphere? What's making that hurricane, do its thing? If not Coriolis, what else is causing it? He can't just say it's not this without a high-peaking hypothesis, right? We just apply Occam's razor.
Yeah.
He's just saying something. He's like, well, it's not that, but let's see if he says what it is.
And it's not the globe. And this is not Coriolis. This is an actual rotation of something. An actual force seen in both reference frames. So if we never observe Coriolis...
Huh? Doesn't fucking make sense.
No, he's no idea what he's talking about.
He's never properly defined what his two reference frames are.
No, he's just saying things. I mean... Again, he gave no, like I expected, he gave no explanation for what a hurricane actually is. You are seeing an apparent deflection from within the reference frame, but if you were outside of the reference frame, those freely moving air particles would appear to travel in a straight line, which is what we expect from Coriolis. So he's going, this is Coriolis, but it's not Coriolis. What the actual fuck? Cypher Zero for $5 says, I'm not actually FTFE. I'm a clone from NASA Blacksite Area 69 that was decanted because the last one became self-aware. What? No, I'm me. Don't team up. Am I? I mean, I've got memories. Like, am I a clone?
You sure about that?
Team, am I a clone?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, shit.
I mean, if not, I've been paying somebody a GE money that I need back. Or General Dynamics. You're a General Dynamics clone.
So what happened to the original me? Oh, was there original me, or?
Well, we threw you away. You trash.
Why? Why would you clone me and still give me a dodgy knee?
Because it's easier that you're a discount. You're a Walmart, Craig.
What the fuck?
Craig.
Guys?
K-R-E-G-G, Craig. That was the name of the model we bought. We bought the Craig 2.0.
My God, what have you guys... No, we go with the first one.
Fuck.
Woden Toad 1 for $2 says, I'm FTFE and I tie stupidity to the yardarm. Arr. Thank you very much. X Jezekai for $5 says, I'm FTFE and the earth is flat. I went to Walmart and checked. The whole store was flat. Thank you, Triple H. Yeah, that was really fucking dumb. I mean, it's not a patch on when he said that no one knows the dimensions of the flat earth. I mean, what other dimensions would they be apart from flat? Fucking idiots. Better Charge for $2 New Zealand dollars says, team hasn't had a solid stream in years.
It's always been interrupted towards the end to make more of a Morse code sound. It's like...
Christ Puncher for $2 Canadian says, I'm FTFE and I'm still wearing my Sunday panties. Well, yeah, I wear them a week, obviously. They get changed on a Sunday, right? Right, let's read the next one. What's the next
in
bit?
balloons, in helicopters, and in drones, where can we observe Earth-based Coriolis? Well, some would assert that the celestial bodies are not moving. It is the Earth moving under celestial bodies, like the sun, the moon, and the stars. They are.
And all evidence points towards that being the case. Are you just going to say it's not, Mitchell, and not give a reason why? I bet you are.
Not rotating. It's the Earth rotating underneath them, right?
Yes.
So once again, if we are
that's not
observing
Coriolis, though.
from the rotating reference frame, things in the inertial reference frame, like the sun, appear to deviate. But they're not actually deviating, are they?
What?
What the fuck did he just say?
What the fuck? So the sun goes across our sky because Coriolis now because of what we think Coriolis is?
I think there's
Oh my
one...
god. Rewind that, please. Just a little bit. I need to hear that again. I don't think I caught that properly.
It's some major stupid.
The rotating reference frame, things in the inertial reference frame, like the sun, appear to deviate. But they're not actually deviating, are they? Just like the assertion that the Earth...
Is he trying to conflate sunset and the sun moving in the sky with Coriolis?
I don't know what he's trying to do anymore, Fight. I tried to think hard on it. I was trying to give him
What's
the
wrong
benefit
with
of
these
the doubt.
people?
But they've destroyed my brain today.
Right, so he said that Coriolis
what
is the thing that
does
causes...
he mean?
Well, he says that you should get a 15-degree drift from Coriolis, which is wrong to start with. But he says that 15-degree drift should be applied to pendulums, gyroscopes, as well as all the bodies in the sky. What? Fuck me.
rotates underneath the sun, the moon, and the stars, causing these things
See,
to
Clive Wells,
apparently
okay, pause, because Clive Wells makes a good point. He says he's making the misunderstanding that things only exist in separate reference frames, in their own separate reference frames. And that's what I originally thought, is that's what maybe he meant when he was like, when the drone lifts off from the rotating reference frame, it goes into its own inertial reference frame. Like that's what when he said, and it enters into the inertial reference frame, I was trying to make sense of what he was saying, and I think he was trying to say that the drone then became its own inertial reference frame. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm trying to fucking speculate as to what this goddamn fucking, this intellectual flat earther actually meant.
No one's ever said that if something appears to drift, therefore it has to be defined as Coriolis. He's playing the Sleeping Warrior game of trying to fit things to definitions without using context. he's trying to apply the fact that the sun appears to drift in the sky to the assertion of what we say Coriolis is. But he's just using definitions.
Yeah, because
he's not thinking about it in mathematical terms.
Right, I've heard Nathan say that before, that there needed to be two different reference frames for Coriolis to exist. And when he says that, I'm always like, does he mean like two different observers that are rotating on? But that would still be on one reference frame. Even if you had two different observers, you could literally say that each observer says, well, I'm going to create my own frame of reference to measure something. And the other observer can say, well, I'm going to create my own frame of reference to measure something. But it doesn't matter. They're both still on a rotating reference frame. Yeah. They're both still going to experience the same forces due to rotation. But that's the only thing I can think of that they mean by that, like two separate observers, one looking from one direction. I've heard Nathan say that like when I tried to explain the projectile, he's like, the projectile is its own inertial reference frame. Huh? Like, what? Doesn't fucking make sense.
They don't understand anything they're talking about. The main thing about all this is that the reason we understand what we're talking about is because we think of these things mathematically and physically, right? We think, right, what's going on here? How can you calculate it? What forces are being applied? Whereas they just go, oh, well, it said it does this thing, therefore I have to give it this definition. But they could never think in the way to calculate what's going on. They can't apply it like that. That's
well, Clive Wells shared I believe Clive shared the Coriolis equation earlier. It's not something you can just look at and go, oh yeah, I know what those mean. I know what that word, that letter means. No, it's fucking something you have to go to fucking school and learn and all that. They just never have that education, so they don't even know how to debunk it, how to know whether it's right or wrong to begin with.
Yeah, he's just playing the definition game and trying to make that definition fit his narrative because it doesn't quite fit with what he assumes the globe model should be.
Yeah, let's there it is right there. He posted it.
Yeah, thank you, Clive.
Clive posted it in there.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Deviate, not actually deviate. So, if we observe these things, the sun, the moon, and the stars, which are already in the inertial reference frame, from the inertial reference frame, they should never, ever move. Because it's the Earth turning under them that's making them move, right? But this view is from a drone in the inertial reference frame, viewing the sun, which should also be in the inertial reference frame.
What the fuck do you mean the sun should be in the inertial reference frame, you moron? The sun is 93 million miles away and appears to fucking rotate in the sky because we are rotating, but it has nothing to do with inertial reference frames and Coriolis. Like, how can you conflate the fucking sunset with Coriolis?
Exactly.
I've got a couple of super chats and one of them is relevant. Raven Zero for $2 says, said, I'm a firing my laser. Thank you. John Rapp for $2 Australian says, and this is important, it's the 21st century. Why are people still stupid? I don't know.
Because of the internet.
It's allowed that stupidity to spread. And then Jessica G says, for $2, I'm not Team Skeptic and I'm glad. Phew. They
Jessica
love you.
G harasses me more than anybody else.
Thanks, Jessica. Guys, seriously, again, thanks for the super chats. All right, let this moron finish what he's saying.
This sun.
Jessica G, do you have any? Do you know where you can tell me to buy patches for my ego as you punch holes in them, please? If you punch so many holes in my ego that I'm starting to seriously lose the hot air that fills it up. So please reference me a place to buy a patch that'll actually work. Yeah, thanks.
Great Circle for £2 says, something in my brain just snapped. I feel like that talking to these morons, don't you worry. Cypher Zero for $2 Australian says, for anyone willing to take Mitchell off our hands, that is nowhere near enough, I'm afraid.
Ever observe to move. But as you can see, the drone gets higher,
I'd love
and
to
the
ask
sun
this guy to
disappears.
define reference frame.
This
I
is
know.
because the sun is actually moving, not the Earth underneath it.
This globe will never spin again.
What a fucking idiot. I mean, there's being wrong, and then there's being Mitchell from Australia wrong. Wow. Right, so what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to get Glass Monster in for a bit because we kept promising him and then it never worked. So let me get a VMix link for the boy. No, that's not a video call link, Craig. That's your donkey porn. Hide that. Any new donkey porn you've been watching, team?
Leslie Russell says people don't see that rockets go up, curve, and fall into the sea. By that same logic, so do airplanes.
Is there a flat earther in the chat?
Who knows?
Leslie Russell, if you want to come in and
all
get laughed
caps,
at, let me know. Send an email to fighttheflyer@gmail.com. Right, Glass Monster, I'm sending you a link to
I don't know if
VMix.
I have that. I don't know if I want to bring a flat earther in here right now. Not that person. Typing in caps. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm come in here screaming to begin with.
I think I'm going to cover that video in a scripted video that I do because, in fact, I'm going to pay Mitchell from Australia a lot more attention because he's been saying some awfully dumb things lately. He put a video on his channel.
I haven't seen his channel.
He's got about 2.45 thousand subscribers. And he's got one that says 7 questions that destroy the globe. And it's just awful. Glass Monster, is that you joining?
Yeah, just spending a few dozen fuckers. Yeah, I can hear ya.
Yeah, you're going to have to turn the... you're getting a lot of feedback from you there, bud.
I got it figured out. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, getting a lot of feedback from you. Have you got a mic you can plug in?
I'm using a mic. I don't have headphones on the computer, so I got her way down here.
Oh, it's really, really bad connection. I can barely hear you, and it's really, really hissing. Yeah.
Yeah, Glass Monster, nice to finally meet you, man.
Yeah. I just want to say thanks for the support that you've been giving me. It really means the world.
Yeah.
But this connection is really, really bad, and I can't hear a thing you're saying.
But as soon as I get a new computer and a new microphone and a new camera, you'll be able to hear me.
Yeah.
I gave you all my microphone money.
Thank you.
You have to send me that Yeti I paid for.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, it's really hard to hear what you're saying for now. Maybe you could try refreshing and come back in.
He does a Willie, or I'm sorry, JJK1029384756 says at least it sounds better than my whistling.
No, Glass Monster, it still sounds really bad. Sorry, it's pretty much impossible to hear what you're saying. It's really, really hissy.
Sounds like water running.
I know what's going on. Just a minute, I figured it out. I know what's going on. 1 second. I see what happened. Just a minute. How do you switch the microphones?
You need to do it from within your browser.
From the vMix browser.
Yeah, well,
Talk to me really.
whatever browser you're using, was it a Google Chrome?
No, I'm on Firefox.
Right. I don't really know how to do it on Firefox.
1 second. I know what's going on. It's the other microphone turned on and it's broken.
Yeah, it sounds really bad.
Hold on. Just 1 minute. I'll figure this out.
Alright, I'm just going to have to mute you for 1 sec while I read out the Superchats, okay? It's a shame we can't get him to talk properly because I really want to have a chat with him because he's been showing us so much support.
Oh, yeah. No, I've been trying to get him on, too.
We've got Cypher Zero for another $2 Australian says, this one is to make team feel better and get lip implants.
Oh, well, yeah. My lips. I do have thin lips, though. It's unfortunate. It may be the reason I can't whistle. I try to get them wet, but like every time I lick it, it just feels like an entire ocean sticks to my mouth because I have no lips.
And we got Game Nerd for 200 rupees, I'm pretty sure that is. I'm sorry if I'm wrong. It says, I'm Team Skeptic and I can't whistle properly.
Don't be an ass, Game Nerd.
Jessica G for $2 says, "Aw, team, it's out of love. Psych, fuck you."
No, too late. Too late. Don't read it.
All right,
don't read that one. Or read everything but the psych part, yeah. Oh,
hey,
a lot of love.
Glass Monster,
yeah,
you there?
Thank you.
Oh, it seems to have gone away either now.
Glass Monster, you there, bud?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We can hear you.
Oh,
That was my
way
microphone.
better. Way better.
Okay, I know what happened. Yes, I know exactly what happened. And
Awesome.
I'll have to use what I'm using for a minute. For tonight, I'll have to use this.
That's cool.
I'm holding a circuit board in my hand.
Well, if it works,
A
it works.
raw circuit board. But it's working.
Don't lick it. Don't lick it.
It's great to hear from you, Glass Monster. How you doing? Welcome to the channel.
Oh, I'm not doing too bad. Tell me if I can turn my volume up. You tell me if I start feedback.
You sound good right now.
Well, how about this? You leave your volume there. Fight. Drop his volume down about 3 decibels. But you leave your volume where you're at, Glass Monster. You sound
Roger.
fine. It's just coming through on our end a little high. But you don't touch yours because you're good. You're good.
No, it sounds good.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah, I
speaker
just turned up my
volume's
speakers a little bit so I could hear you.
Ah, right.
Because I'm using open speakers.
So, flat earthers, they're fucking idiots.
Don't insult idiots.
No, you're right, actually. I shouldn't say that about idiots.
That's a severe insult to idiots everywhere.
How long have you been around this whole stupidity?
Day one.
You're just getting involved in it. Oh, man, there's so much stupid.
No, I've been here right from the beginning.
Oh, you've been here from the beginning.
I've watched all of the FTFE videos. I've watched all 3 of these channels.
Oh, awesome, man. That's amazing to hear. Thank you very much. Team, he's watched us like... did you watch Team from before I started? Because I think Team was around...
Yes.
Yeah. Got an OG here, Team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
beat
I've
the
been
hell out
around
of my
for a minute
speakers
now.
laughing. I'm just glad that my monitor is a CRT monitor, so when I punch it, it doesn't break.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's the old picture tube type.
Wait, hold on. Are you punching it when the flat earthers are on there, or when I show my face? Please be the flat earthers. Please be the flat earthers. Please be the flat earthers.
Both.
Oh fuck.
I mean,
It's
your
a good thing
face
it's
is pretty
an
raging.
FT990 True Flat. The glass is 3/4 of an inch thick, so I can't break it.
So, Glass Monster, what would you say is the dumbest thing you've ever heard a flat earther say?
Should I start with the short list of what's the smart things or the long list of what's been the dumb things?
Go with the dumb things. Give us some really dumb things that you've heard flat earthers say.
Well, I had one guy was asking me how in the world I can figure out why the sun goes away, and that was a challenge to explain to him, and he still didn't believe me. I said, it is round. Why is there a hump in the middle of the ocean was another one. They don't understand level.
No.
They really don't.
My God, did you catch our conversation with Bev the other day?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I had to sit on the floor so I wouldn't fall out of the chair laughing.
Team, did you see what I mean by Bev is one of the most frustrating flat earthers to talk to?
Yep.
I don't know how the hell she can be down under and not understand she's on the other side of the world.
Just absolute...
That's a guy, right?
Yeah,
Bev's
Bev's a
dude,
guy.
right?
Yeah, Bev's a dude. And he's
Yep.
just so just so dumb. Yeah, the Bev throws me off as well.
Yeah, he's a guy.
So dumb. And he, no matter, the Rumpus got really angry at him, but I understood why, because you'd go through a whole conversation with Bev, right? And you'd explain to him bit by bit by bit, and he'd be almost following along, and then at the end, he'd just go back to the beginning of, yeah, but level's a horizontal plane. And it's like, oh, we just went through that. Fuck's sake. And you're wrong. You're objectively wrong about that one single statement. So dumb. Someone in the chat said the most stupid thing that they've heard is that the moon was a dog toy for the for a giant wolf.
I heard, yeah. Big chewy toy, and that's why there's dents and marks in it. It's from the tooth marks.
That's absolutely incredible.
That'd be a big dog.
Yeah.
So I got a question. This comes from it starts with
What's the
Professor
dog's
Phil
name,
Bell.
Lou?
He says, Team Skeptic. You can get a whistle from Walmart for $1. So here's my question to everybody. If I go spend $1 at Walmart and get myself a whistle, will that count as me whistling?
No.
Yes or no in the chat?
No. You have to learn to do it
No,
yourself.
I'm not listening to you bias. No, I'm not listening to you bias fucks, all right? Yes in the chat if that counts as whistling. No in the chat if that does not. The chat will decide. Because you guys already don't like me. I see how much y'all hate me already. Glass Monster came in here. He hadn't even been around here 5 minutes. He's already whistling. Listen to him. He hates me.
Yep. It's so easy to oppress you, team. So easy. Jeff Roberts says the dumbest thing he's heard is JM saying sound is light.
Yeah,
Boy, I better turn my lights down or I'll be
we get one.
Yeah.
We do have one yes in the chat. Yes.
It's mostly no's. Jessica G says yes.
Because Jessica G loves me and I love her.
All right, Glass Monster, here's the question.
Oh, Tony! Tony has a PhD. He says yes. That's sorry, guys.
So here's the big
Appeal
question,
to authority,
Glass Monster.
don't care.
Who's winning Dumbfuck of the Year this year?
Me? I'm thinking of that black dude there. Damn it. You know who I mean. My brain ain't working.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm gonna wait for.
You can't win Dumbfuck of the Year when there's people like JM Truth and Nathan Thompson around.
JM Truth. That's the one I'm thinking of.
JM Truth over Nathan?
Yes. And I've been awake for 33 hours.
Let's do it.
I mean, JM is pretty stupid. I played this once before, but a little clip that's going in my next video.
Now that I think about it,
The
the sun, we're told, is a big gaseous ball burning in space in a vacuum. By the way, since we're on the subject of vacuums, fire, the element by which the sun exerts its energy, and I don't care if it's nuclear fission or what, it's still fire, needs what element, folks, in order to continue to burn?
Hydrogen.
Oxygen.
He's such a fucking idiot.
It's called hydrogen fusion, you dumbass. Clown face in your character. The improvement you did to him with the clown face is beautiful.
Yeah.
It looks way better.
The problem is, right...
I love it. It's called an improvement. I love that you called it an improvement. That's amazing.
It was actually really hard to do with JM because all of JM's footage is so bad and such low res that the software had a hard time finding tracking points on his face. So I had to go frame by frame and manually adjust all the tracking points because he can't use a fucking camera and make it look good and light it properly, even though he's a fucking filmmaker.
That little blur you're seeing is a camera here. It's a microscope camera.
Oh, yeah. I just see a grey thing.
Did y'all... Did you happen to catch at all, by chance, the Side Strike episode I was on where I put the Satan mask on Kent Hovind?
No.
I'll have to search that.
Oh, it was glorious. I have to go find that. It was just some random thing I was using. God, what's the name of that? Minicam, and Minicam had like a face mask thing where you could go download face masks, and I found this badass fucking like Satan mask. And so I took his video and I imported it using a virtual camera, so it thought that Kent Hovind was on camera, and so it just threw the Satan mask over him while he was talking.
Brilliant. Willie Fister, I'm sorry I didn't say your name.
You have to send me a link to that in my Discord.
Willie Fister.
I don't want to say my email address.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Willie Fister, I didn't say your name before. My bad. A couple of super chats. We've got... Jessica G for another $2 says, ditch the nerd who's talking from inside a 56k modem. That's mean. Vengeance 0100 for £4.99.
It's 33.6.
We love Glass Monster.
Yeah, he's awesome.
It's a 33.6.
I still use 9600 myself.
Vengeance 0100 for £4.99 says, might need to change your name to I Beat the Flat Earth. Yeah, it's totally scared of me. And Bella Charge for $2 New Zealand says, team can't get anything wet. anything, team.
Yeah, whatever. Who said that?
Who? Bella Charge.
Bella?
Yeah.
All right.
Jessica G is trying to start a new hashtag for Team Skeptic. Hashtag Alien Kid.
Hashtag Alien Kid. Wow.
This
is horrible. These people are horrible human beings.
I love them all.
What'd you say, Glass Monster?
I thought it was Gollum, but Gollum is cool too, you know.
You're a horrible human being for saying that.
Who, Gollum?
No, I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding.
Oh, no.
No, I got to give everybody shit back for giving me shit.
Gollum's his good.
Oh yeah, I did the Gollum impression in my. Yeah, I did a Gollum made me look good. Gollum made me look good in my comments video when I said that line in him. I was like, oh shit, I just made Gollum look handsome as fuck.
Yeah, Gollum is your better looking twin. That's what I heard. But
Hey, would you blow me? Says can't even get the shower wet. Ouch.
We're going to be shutting down in a minute, guys. I just want to say thank you again for all the support in Super Chats. I genuinely need it at the moment to help get a new computer, get my computer sorted. So every single penny will be going towards upgrading or getting a new PC. Thank you very much.
You're not the only one that needs a camera.
No. Sly Striking for $5 says Team Skeptic whistles good and in his mankini isn't stuffed with socks. Oh wait, I thought we were telling untruths. Hashtag Alien Kid.
Hashtag Alien Meat Tube for my hashtag Mankini.
There you go.
Hashtags no socks required.
There we go. We can put Glass Monster on camera now. We can see him. Hello.
You can now see me.
Hello,
This
Glass
is
Monster.
me.
Nice to meet
Hello,
you.
how you doing? Not bad, just staying out of trouble.
Impressive beard.
Yep, I told you I looked like a friend of Jesus.
No, I do want to say, Glass Monster, thank you for the support and being around since the beginning. It's always nice to hear from someone that enjoys what we do, and you are why we keep doing this.
Yeah.
So thank you, seriously.
Yep, you're welcome.
I'm just glad we finally
it.
got you in. I know that we've been saying we'd get you in for a while. I was like, man, we really need to get him in. So I'm just glad we were able to get you in, man.
All right.
There's the computer.
Oh, let's have a look at that. I got that back on screen.
That's the computer.
Yeah.
That's the antique.
That's ancient. Looks like what I had before I started school.
Yeah. And the color stuff is actually Lego.
You built your computer of Lego?
Oh,
That's
hey,
extra
no, hey,
impressive.
go back. I saw that. Go back to that tin jar. I just saw that the little silver thing that was sitting by your computer.
Yeah.
Go back to Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at it on the stream, which is a few seconds behind. Yeah, you see that thing right there in the bottom right hand corner?
Yeah.
Yeah, the silver thing.
That right there is his 14.4. That's his 14.4 modem right there, guys.
Yeah.
That's a 1996 special.
I love the fact that most of your workspace is made out of Lego. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's really fucking awesome.
Couple more super chats.
It's the best in this computer realm.
I'd love to have a man cave. I just don't have the space for it. Right, Scotty McDougall for £1.99 says, you guys still recovering from debating Bev? I am. Yeah, it was very sore on the brain. Very sore. And he'll be back tomorrow, hopefully. He did say that he should be able to join team.
Yeah.
And then
I
we got...
apologize for the
he said he'll come on
I'm
tomorrow.
holding it in my hand.
That's all right, dude. No worries.
I apologize for the camera. I'm holding it in my hand.
One more super chat. 3 Ron for $5 says, I'm FTFE, and pineapple on pizza makes my panties moist the way Ranty makes Oakley moist. Boom.
Yeah, and I do want to say something. Vodentoad has a very, very good point, and I just want to make this very clear, right? I am not that skinny. It is the excessively large meat tube that just makes me look skinny. So
You wish.
it's not actually, like light reflects off of me. It's just when when I turn sideways, your eyes cannot get off of my meat tube to actually see the light reflecting off of me when I'm standing sideways to you. Not my fault, actually yours.
Yeah.
I'd say my amplifier weighs more than you do.
It probably does. How much does it weigh?
285 pounds.
Yes, more than team.
100%. 100% weighs more than me.
Blob Darkness says
do we
that all the mankini stuffing makes you look skinny.
Mandelbrot says, I'm so skinny that I have to turn around in the shower just to get wet.
Boom.
Doesn't everybody?
You have to run around in circles. Chase the drops.
I
haven't cleaned my ribs in decades.
What's that, Glasswell, sir?
I absolutely have to get a Team Skeptic and a FTFE extra large black T-shirt.
Well, I think we can arrange that.
Somehow.
My mankini one is it does come in black, but there's also I'm about to have a shut the fuck up Nathan T-shirt, and
I was thinking of,
goes a bit hard.
just because of where I go regularly, I was thinking of the Lego man pissing on the Earth, flat Earth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another good one I have. But I'm about to have a Lego man slapping the shit out of Nathan Thompson, and it's going to say, "Shut the fuck up, Nathan."
Glass Monster, we're going to be getting out of here now, so is there anything that you would like to say?
Fight the flat Earth.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. It's great to have you on, and we'll probably get you on another time, because me and team plan to do some streams where we get some subs and smaller creators on and just have a laugh with them. So we're definitely keeping in mind for that. So thanks for coming on, and your support means the world.
I appreciate you putting up with me, trying to get this piece of junk to actually do something other than hear you guys. At least now you know kind of what I look like.
Well, I'm glad you could finally get on. And thank you. It's been amazing to meet you.
500-bit camera. Yeah.
All right, I'll speak to you later.
500-bit camera. Yep, take care.
Bye. Right, got one more super chat. Got Rosa43 for $10. Says, put it towards your new computer, my friend, from the United States. They will not let me add the American flag emote. What the fuck? I don't know why it's not letting you do that. I have no problem with the American flag emote. Right. Team, we're going to be getting out of here. Have you got
yes.
anything you'd like to say?
Hold on. Yeah, I do want to say Professor Phil Bell did put a yes in earlier when I asked. Listen, everybody said no, that whistling with a $1 Walmart whistle would not count as whistling. But Phil Bell and Tony Purcell said that it does count. And I do want to bring up right now what he says in the thing. Let's see, let me find it again. Oh my God, now I missed it. He tagged me. Where's he at? Okay, Professor Phil Bell I can't find them. Oh, there it is. No, that's to Magna. FTFE, please. Oh, yeah, there it was, because it wasn't tagged to me. It's actually tagged to you. Please tell Team Skeptic that if a calculator is calculating, then a whistle is whistling.
Okay. Yeah. But
I'm going to buy me a whistle tonight.
Yeah, but
so
the
I can
whistle's
call myself
whistling.
a whistler and be
Team
a cool
Skeptic
kid.
isn't whistling.
But if I use a calculator, am I calculating?
No, you're asking the calculator to calculate.
I push the buttons.
Doesn't matter. You don't do the calculations. The ones and zeros inside that does. You can't make this narrative. You can't make it fit your narrative, team. Stop trying to make yourself a whistler by definition. That's Riley work.
I'm redefining the word whistler. Yes. I am going to have it added to the dictionary. Whistler is somebody who whistles by any means necessary, including mechanical. I will have that changed. Life goals. And hey, for those of you that follow my gaming channel, Fupa actually told me he was going to have off tonight and that he's going to play. So quite possibly we may have a live clusterfuck on my gaming channel. Team Skeptic After Dark. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And thank you very much, Fight, for having me on. Thank you to everybody in the chat for supporting Fight and what he does. It's great. Like he said, we can't do it without you guys. Y'all really do help us out and put us in a position to be able to entertain the way we do. So really, I love what I do, so thank you for putting me in that position.
Yeah, seconded. We couldn't do what we do without the support from you guys. But at the same time, we also know that not everybody can support us financially. But just you guys being here in the stream, you know, chatting, sharing the stuff on Facebook, leaving a like, it all helps the channel. So thank you to every single one of you. It means the world that you are here watching me and the support that you give us. Look out for my new video very soon. Once Team and Negative Experiments get that little thing done for me, that's pretty much all I need for it.
Fight.
Yo.
Fight. Just to confirm, because you did just say something, and it kind of went through one ear out the other one with the 60% that normally does, and it probably should have been restrained with the 40%. You said Bev is down for tomorrow night, yes?
So far, yeah. Yeah. He says that he should be able to.
Okay. Martianista asked, so I was like, I wanted to make sure. Tomorrow night on my channel, that's on my channel, right?
Yeah, that's on your channel.
Yeah. Okay, tomorrow night on my channel, Martianista, we should have a flerf. Bev will be coming on to talk geometry with me.
Geometry, and he's really bad at geometry. Yeah, but that's all from us tonight, guys. Thank you
told
very
him
much for watching.
I'll get 20 geometry questions. He can have the 10 easiest ones. I'll take the 10 hardest ones, and I guarantee you I'll still outscore him.
Yeah. I should find the geometry test and just get the both of you to do it live. Free one for $2 says, I'm FTFE, and I'm out, except I don't have that outro. I have the one that goes, remember guys, stupidity is not a right. Fight the flat earth. Fight the flat.